of the NFL
I
season,
did very well.
and then going into our projections for this round that's going to lead us to the championship game, as well as placements for the final
Okay,
week
here
of our
comes the
season.
disclaimer. He's going to do most of the talking because I didn't pay attention.
So
I'm not going to say much because I didn't pay attention, nor did I care.
last week, this guy's on a bye.
He's on the 30-yard line. The 20, the 10, touchdown!
One-man army, Rambo. Baby walking like Naomi Campbell. Make me wanna risk it all, take a gamble. Little butterfly tattoo on a...
We're back for episode 14 of our fantasy recap. We're recapping our first week of the playoffs, week 16 of the NFL season.
I did very well.
And then going into our projections for this round that's going to lead us to the championship game, as well as placements for the final week
here
of our
comes
season.
the disclaimer. He's going to do most of the talking because I didn't pay attention. I'm not going to say much because I didn't pay attention, nor did I care.
So last week, this guy's on a bye.
I didn't give a flying fladoodle. I didn't care.
Same with Armchair. They were both on a bye last week, and it put
I
4 matches into focus for everybody. But last week, the NFL teams, not fantasy, but regular league scoring, the Chargers beat the Broncos on Thursday 34-7. Did you watch that game?
No.
I didn't either.
I watched one.
Which one did you watch?
Actually, I watched 2. I watched 2.
You watched the Falcons?
You damn right I watched the Falcons game. While I was moving steel again. Yeah, I was watching the Falcons game.
So the Broncos, the Chargers,
the Seahawks fall on their face.
In the first quarter, they both got a touchdown. Then the Chargers only got field goals for the second, third quarters. The Broncos really pushed it, got 2 touchdowns in the second, but could only manage 2 more field goals before the Broncos responded with a 2-point conversion and a touchdown in the fourth quarter that pushed them over the Broncos, took them out of the running for that game. It was a hard-fought contest from all the stats that I pulled up and I was looking at. It was really good, but the Chargers wanted it more. Now they're tied record with the Broncos coming into this week. We're going to have to see how they do. But ultimately, I thought I was going to go to the Broncos. It didn't.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that snooze fest real quick?
Which one?
The one that just happened.
Yeah, no, we're not going to talk about that one. We're going to talk about that one next week.
Okay,
because...
have you seen Jeff Dunham?
Yes.
Sweet Daddy D talking about NASCAR. That's what that was. Come back in 10 minutes. You ain't going to miss a effing thing.
We can talk about it.
Go take a shower. You can.
We'll talk about that game next week because that was ridiculous. Just watching the highlights. I'm okay.
What highlights? There were none.
Exactly. I'm okay.
There were 6 sacks and a garbage time pick. That's all there was.
Last Saturday, the Chiefs beat the Texans 27-19. The Texans just couldn't put it together. Another win for the Chiefs. They're 14-1 as of last week. The Ravens beat the Steelers 34-17. That was a flip from what it was last time those two teams played.
The problem was he fell apart this week. God damn it.
I know.
Oh!
So,
100 and something points last week, and he's got none this week, and I'm mad about it. And now Darnold's going to throw for 380 and 5, and I'm going to be pissed. Eat a bunch of humble pie here in a week.
Last week, Wilson, he only got 22 out of 23 completed passes. He did not do better than Lamar. Lamar did a pretty good job last week in that game with the Ravens versus the Steelers. He threw for, what was his his stat line from last week. It was only it was 207 for 15 completed passes, 9 yards average, but he threw 3 touchdowns. So he threw barely more yards than what Russell, actually barely less yards than what Wilson threw by 10 yards. Got more touchdowns by 1, but because the Ravens wanted it more, they took that game. So ultimately, I think now the Ravens have, as of yesterday, with the Steelers losing, if the Ravens win
they have the division.
They have the division when they win
haven't
today.
Won it, but they are now in the lead.
Yeah. And then the Giants and the Falcons last week. Now, I know you watched this game. I just pulled up and I saw the score. 34-7. They scored 1 touchdown in the second quarter. 1.
Penix should have had a touchdown, but if his damn tight end be able to hang on to the effing ball. Okay, so it literally goes bang, 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 and then he does this, and then he smacks it with his hand and it gets picked off. Like, are you kidding me?
And this was Pitts, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Dude, come on. That's his touchdown, and you just screwed it all up.
He was targeted twice. He only caught one of them for 7 yards. His other one was a pick. So that's bad. Penix threw 202 yards, 18 completions. A lot of his other targets were at least 4 or more. London caught 5 of them. Mooney caught 5 of them. McLeod caught 3 of them. But Blair, Algier, Robinson, and Pitts all caught 1. Or Robinson got 2, but not a lot of good receptions there with the higher end targets that should have been there catching balls. But Robinson got almost 100 yards. Algier got 22. McLeod got 8. Penix himself, 4 carries, 3 yards. Just by stats, looks like the Penix that was at Washington really wanting to go move the football. But then who's Drew Lock?
Huh?
Who is Drew Lock? Is that the third or fourth quarterback for the Giants? Because I thought they had someone else.
No, that's our former backup.
That's our former backup. The
one that beat the Eagles last year. Yeah, when Gino got hurt.
That's not who I thought I was going to see.
New York signed Drew Lock to back up Jones. But they made him third string behind DeVito because they thought DeVito was better.
Gotcha.
So he's a backup, but he's their third string. Yeah.
Okay. Then the Lions beat the Bears 34-17 last week. Jared Goff 340 yards, three touchdowns. The this week's Bears game, when we come back to it next week, holy cow. They put up an offense last week and then nothing this week. I want to see the Lions continue to push it this week, see how they do. The Bengals, 24 to the Browns, 6. Now, I think you and I said it was going to be either close or no contest.
Yeah, we both did.
And they got 2 field goals in the third quarter. It's all the Browns could manage. Burrow got 252 yards. When we're looking at Robinson, the other quarterback, their second string for Cleveland.
Who?
He got 157 yards and 20 passes, an average of 5 yards, but he had 5 sacks for 32 yards. He got sacked a lot. So he had a really bad rating this week, 18 points. Ford only caught he had 11 carries for 92 yards. The Thompson, Robinson had 9 carries for 49 yards, had half of what Ford was getting. But then Yoku, Ford, Moore, and Judy, they barely broke 140 yards between the 4 of them for passing. There was no offense at all in that game against the Bengals. So something kicked into drive with this Bengals team because they've allowed more than 230 yards over the last several weeks to all these teams. Then they stopped the Browns. Is it because they're playing for a playoff spot? Is it because they're playing for what pushed this?
it might be because Burrow finally got on them and told them to start playing.
They've had a lot of bad weeks.
Yeah.
Now, is this one how we predicted it? The Colts and the Titans, 38-30. Which one did we both went Titans, right? On this one, or did you go Colts?
No, I think I said the Colts just because Richardson was going to have a good day or something like that, and Taylor was going to have a good day. I think. I'm not sure.
I mean,
I don't remember.
38-30, a really high-scoring game.
Like, I'm going to remember that. I don't remember what I had for fucking breakfast.
Richardson had 131 yards, nothing present at all for passing yards, but they had 335 rushing yards, almost triple what he had in passing, with more than double or more than 4 times his total passing attempts. So it was nothing but running attempts. For the Colts, they had 4 rushing touchdowns and only 1 passing touchdown. The Titans had 252 passing yards and 65 rushing yards. So it was obviously one over the other. I really thought that the Tennessee rushing game was going to be on point, but it was the exact opposite. It was all about receiving in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really curious to see how they're going to do again this week, because 68-point weeks typically flip the next week because they, for whatever reason, can't replicate those results. So we'll have to see how it goes. The Rams beat the Jets. Now this is one that you said that the Rams needed to lose.
Yeah, now they need to lose the next one. Mm-hmm.
Well, no, they beat the Jets by 10.
If they would have lost, it would have made our cause a little bit better, but I guess we're all Cardinals fans on Saturday. I am at least.
I don't even know where it came from. The Jets had 2 field goals first quarter, 1 to third quarter, and then nothing. And the Rams had 2 field goals first or second quarter, and then 2 fourth quarter and a touchdown. And they took it away from They took it away from the Jets. They just kicked an overdrive. Even though Rodgers had 256 yards on 28 passes, he missed 14. They still only managed to get 9 points, meaning they couldn't complete drives. They kept getting stopped, which is insane for that amount of pressure for the quarterback to put on with the offense. So there's something to be said about the Rams coming into this week that hopefully we'll see something carry over for them, but hopefully they get stopped.
Hopefully,
so Seattle has a chance to grab them.
We have to win or we're out.
Yep.
They have. They have to lose. If they win, we're dead. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
We could beat them 45-7 next week, and it wouldn't matter.
Yep.
Because they had the strength to set. Well, what it said today was that we had the same strength of schedule. Then, like later, it said they did. So I don't know. Like halfway through the broadcast, it was we have it, and then at the end of the broadcast, it's they have it. So I don't know.
Can't make up their own mind.
It's Amazon. No.
Eagles at Commanders. I think this game was completely flipped the moment Hurts got injured.
Yes.
He got walked out because of concussion protocol, never came back to the field. And then from that point on, the Commanders got 4 touchdowns in response. Nothing the third quarter, but that 2-point conversion on that one pass in the fourth quarter that got them to that 22 points really pulled them forward while they stopped that Eagles offense. I'm honestly believing that if Hurts was in that game, it would have been a different story completely. Mm-hmm.
But he still played good. I don't know who their backup quarterback was, but he still played half decent and kept them in that.
Pickett threw 143 yards for 1 touchdown. So, I mean, they still had 143 yards, but their rushing game, Barkley still got 150 yards. Hurts got 41 before he got hurt. Pickett got 13. Gainwell got 7. They still had the same Eagles running game that we've seen all year present, but I think ultimately because of where it was in the passing game for Washington is why they won that game. Daniels had a lot of really good passes. I've watched a couple of the highlights. Good job on the Commanders pushing forward and showing that they want to be in the playoffs. So we'll have to see how they do.
I'm in the money in my other league. I need Jaden Daniels to go off. I'm in the money in Mikey's league. I need him to go. I got him, Chase, Brown, and I've got all the stars. I need them all to go off on Sunday.
Did you see the score for the Cardinals with the Panthers?
Like 35 to like 17 or something like that.
36-30.
Oh, actually,
Panthers won.
Did you hear what McBride said after that?
No.
Like, man, I'm fucking tired. This is what he said, not me. It's like, man, I'm fucking tired. It's just lost to the Panthers, man. Come on. As he was walking into the as he was walking into the locker room, man, I'm effing tired of this.
I mean, Murray threw 202 yards. Young threw 158, but their rushing game on the Panther side was 243 yards, and the rushing side on Arizona was 206. They had as many receiving yards as they did rushing yards, but it was, a little balanced, but Carolina had more touchdowns. Carolina had more points, and they had those 2 field goals in the fourth quarter that spread that game apart. It was tied in the third quarter. Great job by them getting everything forward, really proving that they had what it took to get it and get that other touchdown and push forward for the extra points. Hopefully Carolina does it again this week. I want to see they've got another win just to prove that they are playing football and not being the laughable team that everyone says they are. I know you watched this game, the Vikings and Seahawks. I didn't, but I know I was busy.
Okay,
I didn't get to watch this game.
Okay, hang on. Do you want me to rant now or shut up and leave it alone? What do you want me to do?
Rant now.
What the? Okay, I know you tell me not to, but it pissed me off. What the fuck was he doing? Why are you looking this way when the guy's running behind you, you squag? You idiot. Why are you running this way in man coverage when you're supposed to cover that guy? You fucking idiot. Woolen needs to get traded for a water bottle along with Metcalf. They both need to go.
A water bottle's as worth as they are?
That game was won. And your dumbass does that shit. I know I'm not supposed to swear, but it pissed me off so bad. I'm sorry. But it's like, how? Like, I'm retarded, but I'm not that bad. Like, Jesus Christ. How do you let him just run by you when it's man coverage, you moron? With safety help. And then, I thought DK was doing this. No, you dumbass. You're supposed to watch your receiver, not just roll the ball like you did today. Oh, willy-nilly like a moron. All right, I'm done. Well, that's going to be the short. That's going to be a short.
A field goal. A field goal is all Seattle needed to tie that game or stop a touchdown.
Didn't matter. It didn't matter. 2 plays in, he throws the pick. It didn't matter.
Geno had 2 interceptions. Darnold had none. They both had 3 touchdowns. Darnold threw 50 or 68 yards less than what Geno threw for, and Vikings walked away with that win because of just bad defense on the Seahawks' part. It's crazy.
Nope. I went on my tirade. I'm done. Next. I'm done.
Bills at Patriots.
You just put me in an angry mood. This is your fault.
So Bill at Patriots, everything that I read said that May was gonna push to get the Patriots this win, and I thought it was a joke. And then just watching as it was going, May looked like he really wanted that win. 260 yards. Allen was really struggling that game. They came out on top with a 3-point lead, a 3-point difference because of a field goal in the third quarter. But Allen did not look at all like himself. May looked like he really wanted this team to win. Did you see any of those highlights or any of those moments from that game? No?
I didn't see any of it. I kind of didn't have Red Zone on this week.
Okay.
So I didn't do what I normally do and put red zone on all the time. So I don't see like all the early games. I didn't do that this week. I just watched that first game. So instead of putting everything else, I just want to see our quarterback's debut. So that's why I just kind of like, I didn't see much this week. Except for the Seahawks game. That's about the only one I watched. So
the Bills and the Patriots play each other again in Week 18. If it's the exact same match as it was last week, the Patriots will beat the Bills because I can guarantee you that week they're going to bench Allen. They're going to bench a couple other guys.
Oh, everybody!
And the Patriots.
The Chiefs next week aren't going to play anybody.
No, they're 15-1 now. They don't have to.
At least I wouldn't.
It's just the Bills, if they played like they did this week, in 2 weeks against the Patriots, they will lose, and they're going to have another loss on the record. The Patriots are going to get another win, and it's going to be that much weirder for them going into playoffs because they've allowed a team that's 3-12, that's playing like the Giants or like the Jaguars or Raiders to beat them. So they're going to really need to figure something out in Week 18 going into that match. The Raiders and the Jaguars game, though, this one did not go how I thought it was going to go. Yeah. Remember, Mikey watches this. Mac Jones got 247 yards. Akana got 257 yards.
Whoop-de-doo! I'm going to get a text about that. I'm going to get a text about that when this comes out. He's going to make that a short just for Mikey.
I honestly thought the Jaguars were going to do better than this, but they only got 2 touchdowns. No field goals, no safeties, no nothing. Just straight up two touchdowns.
Bless you.
And the Raiders got 4 field goals and a touchdown in this game. Whew.
You don't want anybody else to hear that?
No.
Why? Because you sound
he had 1 extra point.
You sound like a train when you do that, and it's funnier than hell. If anybody's ever heard him sneeze, he sounds like a freaking train. It's funnier than hell. He sounds like he's gonna. He sounds like he's gonna die. No, you sound like you're gonna die. like a dying seal.
You mean like you? Oh.
He's gonna cut that one out. That's okay.
The Dolphins.
I think I killed him.
The Dolphins did exactly what we said they were going to do. They beat the 49ers by 12. Tua figured it out. Now, Purdy threw 313 yards for 2 touchdowns. And Tua only had 1 touchdown. But, that's all they needed. That 1 touchdown from rushing, 1 touchdown from passing, and then it was all field goals after that for both sides.
See? Train.
So, if this week, it's going to be another hard-fought week for the 49ers. But we're going to see how it goes. The Cowboys beat the Buccaneers by 2 points. Now, you said the Buccaneers are going to...
I watched that game.
I watched the back
end of that one, actually.
You said that the Buccaneers are going to win this one, and I thought it was going to be the Cowboys. And
I don't like the Cowboys.
I know you don't. Rush only threw 1 touchdown. Mayfield threw 2. But there was 1 touchdown from Elliott, not even from Dowdle, just Elliott. Dowdle had 23 yards the entire game. The Buccaneers really held him back. But it was nothing but receiving from Cooks, Flurney, Ferguson, and Lamb that really carried forward the Dallas. Cooks, Flurney.
Oh, I don't know. I don't follow the Cowboys. I thought you said flirty. I'm like, you.
No.
God, I knew you were broke back, but holy crap.
And then Aubrey got 14 points, 2-point afters, and then 4 field goals.
I wish I had that damn kicker.
Aubrey did a pretty good job, whereas McLaughlin.
When was it? Somebody had 24 points off of a kicker.
That was me with Siebert back in week 5.
Yeah, when somebody had 20-something points on a damn kicker.
Yeah,
I had
that's how it was this
Buckner,
week.
Remember?
Yeah, Aubrey got a lot of points for Cooper last week because of that, and that's where it shows is when the kickers have that kind of game. And then Monday Night Football, the Saints at the Packers. The Saints
exactly what I told you was going to happen.
They didn't show up at all. Love only threw 192 yards. He threw 1 touchdown. Rattler got 1 pick, 150 yards. But when we're looking at the rushing yards for Green Bay, 188 over the 216 for Green Bay. They had 3 touchdowns, and their kicker got them 10 points. New Orleans, literally, the entire game had 153 yards for receiving and 67 for rushing. They barely broke 200. Nothing went on. Their defense was just falling apart. This is not the same team that they started the year with. Something happened and they fell apart. It's crazy.
It's because
when we take all of that,
it's because all that consistency was gone. They got figured out.
I
was like, what was it?
When we take
like last year, Gino took us to the playoffs. He's figured out now. They know how he plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is what it is, but it's the Saints got figured out and everybody knows how to play them. Wish we'd play them.
And when we take that, we go to the fantasy league. We look at who won and who lost last week. Cody's team.
I beat the bye team. I beat him by 2.
Yeah. You didn't touch your roster at all.
Nope.
You earned 262 points last week.
Nope.
Armchair adjusted his roster. He got 350. Curtis beat Whiskey last week. Whiskey's team, he had Jalen Hurts. He had as his roster quarterback.
Okay.
He got 11.6 points off of that quarterback. I did not mean to
interrupt you. But so Coop and I went to lunch on Tuesday.
Okay.
I think I told you that. And he goes, and he goes, man, I hate fantasy football. Like, why? Because I had Jalen fucking Hurts and he got hurt like the first quarter. I started dying. And then we're trying to coop up with this plan that he's going to drop Chase Brown for me so I could get to the final. And he didn't do it. I was like, Coop, trade me. Give me a running back. Give me a receiver. I don't care who. Give me all your big guns. Let's go. I will put an asterisk next to my victory with your name.
Yeah, last week, he literally fell apart. He fell under by only 28.8 points on his projection of 298. But Curtis got 37 points more. That final under was 94-point difference. Was supposed to be 28 points. That huge spread really put Curtis into a better position. Now Curtis is playing blue-green this week. My team didn't show up at all. I was projected 305. Blue-green was projected 280. My team fell short by 40. Blue-green got 56 points. Are we talking about projected.
The losers bracket?
Yes. Yes, we're talking about losers bracket. I really don't care. Literally, my team did not show up. I had one guy who actually hit projection. Everyone else fell apart. Whereas Blue Green's team actually showed up last week and outperformed for the first time in like 5 weeks. Blue Green's team did a good job. But now when we carry forward out of who won what, like both those matches flipped.
Now we don't care. Now nobody cares. Now we don't.
So
I don't want that.
I lost a match I was supposed to win. Whiskey lost his match. He was supposed to lose that one, but I was supposed to win mine. But looking at it, when you've got Eastie versus Morningstar, it was supposed to be a 6-point difference. 6 points. Cody's team lost him 22 points, whereas Eastie's team earned him 53 points. That final under was 81-point difference when it was supposed to be a 6-point gap.
Okay.
So that pushed Easty into this next round against Armchair.
This is going to be funny. Mikey's going to win our league, and I'm going to win Mikey's league. This is going to be funnier than shit. Okay, so we're talking about Mikey's Easty. He's one of the guys I've known for like 10 plus years off of Xbox and stuff. So I'm in his league. It was a $20 buy-in. I only paid 10 because that's all I had. He goes, "This fine." So I'm 7-7. I made the playoffs, won the wild card, won the semis by 2. I won by 2. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I've advanced to the final at 2. And now I'm in the final. If I win that, he wins our league, I'm going to piss my pants laughing. We're going to talk about it. And it's going to be funnier than God all hell when Mikey goes through and wins this thing. Because it's going to be funny. I'm not banking on me anymore. I want Mikey to win it just for the coincidence. That's the only reason now.
Well, so Easty's going against Armchair next week. That pushed Morningstar to the second chance bracket to go for 5th place. Mirith lost to Mahones by 2.5 points. It was supposed to be 8.7 in her favor at 358 to 349. It actually ended up being a 386 to 383. It was decided on Monday's game, literally because of New Orleans Saints got a kick return and they ran it back for like 22 yards. They got enough points to push Mahones over Mirith and win the game. That's the only reason why Mahones got into this bracket this week, which is ridiculous. So
it is ridiculous.
But you won by 2, so I mean you can't really say anything.
I can't. Whoa! I can't say something because I'm 10-4, not 7-7. Bite me. Oh wait.
So
pause. Guess who else had Jalen Hurts? That's why I won by 2. Guess who else had Jalen Hurts? Me.
No way.
Can we pause for a second? Hang on.
Sure. So you had Jalen Hurts in your league, and you still won that match. You still won that match, even though you had Hurts on your roster. Wow. How bad did your opponent do?
I'm looking. Hang on. 193.38 to 194.80.
Wow.
It's not letting me look at it. So, Hurts with 5.5. Puka with 11. Jamar with 22.40. Spears with 25.57. Pitts is dumbass. Chase Brown with 15. Buckner with 11. But I also have, so we also have defensive players in ours.
Yeah.
So we have like singular division.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5. I had 6 defensive guy with 10 plus.
Dang. Okay.
If I'd have put in Jaden Daniels, he would have had 42 points, but I didn't expect Dummy to get hurt. But yeah, so
yeah,
I won by
that concussion on Hurts was pretty bad.
So I won by the skin of my teeth.
So do you guys play all the way through the entire season, or do you guys stop at week 17?
Yeah, we're in the finals.
Okay, so you stop at week 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas we're playing all the way through
all
to
the
week
way
18.
through the season, yeah.
Yeah. So that this week puts Mirith and Cody, they're going to play twice. They're going to play this week and they're going to play next week to see who gets 5th place. Next week, this current week, it's you versus Mahones. Now, your team is not doing great starting off the week.
No shit. I'm dead. It does.
Yeah.
It does not matter what I do. I'm dead.
She has a 60-point projected lead on you right now.
Uh-huh.
Her team does not average falling under projection.
No,
so
it's not.
Unless something goes weird,
I'm dead.
There's not a chance. So you're going to probably be playing for 3rd against either Easty or Armchair because they are playing each other in this week.
I think
currently,
like I told you, I'm riding with Mikey. just for the coincidence. And because he's my best friend.
Well, so, with Armchair versus Eastie this week, it's a 14-point difference in projections between who wins and who loses. It's a very tight match, but Eastie has more of the players, the teams that need to win to have some kind of impact on a record for the playoffs. Whereas the players on Armchair's team, he's got a couple that are pushing for that spot, but the other guys, they're not in. The teams aren't in any kind of hurry to try to win, to get a record to win, to go to the playoffs. They're just playing to play.
Yeah.
So I think that Eastie's team is going to push something together to get a win this week, and he's going to probably have another blowout week like he did last week at another 390 points. But we'll see, because it's really hard to predict. That, like with any sport, you can't just predict it and it come true. It's going to play out.
You just can't manifest something into existence when you don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Well,
there's a chance that it is Mahones versus EC next week. And Cody and I are laughing because now Mahones' team, she missed a draft because she didn't realize that it was draft day. So the computer drafted for her. She's not touched her roster once all season. 10-5 record. She's going into the second round of playoffs. Might win this one. There's a chance that she wins the playoffs, and we're both going to die of laughter if she wins it out.
Yeah, because she's Shane Jr.
but this Shane is actually winning, whereas the other Shane didn't at all. So we'll have to see how it goes. But ultimately, I believe that it's going to be Mahones and Eastie in the final round, and we're going to see how this game goes. That's who I've got for the final round playoffs.
Let's go, Mikey! 'Cause I'm not making it.
Not with that attitude.
I'm in the money. I don't care. I'm making money at least in one league. I don't care. I'm good.
So that's our recap for episode 14, guys. Please stay tuned for next week to find out who's in the finals, who's playing for third, who's playing for seventh, and who's playing for ninth. And catch you guys next week for our recap. And love you. Enjoy some football out there.
One-man army, Rambo. Baby walking like Naomi, Campbell. Make me wanna risk it all, take a gamble. Little butterfly tattoo on her ankle. It go together with the one on my shoulder. I be like a sailor, swimming in the money. I was broke, won't go back. This a throwback, by the go in cold beer, baby, hold that. I'm not there yet, but I'm so close. Shine your light on me, I'm lost. Feeling around in the dark. I can feel it, I'm so close.